right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Yeshim, Yahweh Shai by Yeshim, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutation unto the hopeful elect. The 1/3 of Yasha Allah upholding the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Peace and salutation. This is the brother Bakwasha, and I just want to cover a quick hit through the spirit. As Babylon, aka America, is falling, and these other heathen nations are feeling, the wrath of Yahweh by Shemi Yahushai. One of the things that stands out is as one of the reasons why Babylon, aka America, is going to be destroyed is because of pride. And as scripture says, and Lord will, I grab it here real quick. Scripture says, this is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And there's no land, there's no group of people like the Edomites that have not only rebelled, but as scripture says, pride compasseth them about as a chain, man. So the violence in which they promoted throughout the whole earth, and that violence can be more than just physical. Just like abuse, it doesn't have to be physical. Abuse can be mental. Abuse can be verbal, right? Abuse can be psychological. Abuse can be through food. And those are all of the ways in which the pride of Esau, the so-called white man, has promoted all throughout the earth, right? Idolatry, right? Blasphemy of Yahweh by Shemi Yahushai, right? Setting up these false gods, religion. All of that's violence, man. All of those are attacks towards the kingdom of righteousness, man. Okay? See, we're in a spiritual war. So when scripture talks about that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, that's what's going on. Okay? This is Ephesians 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Spiritual wickedness in high places, one of the mediums or the forms in which that is portrayed is through pride. And so let's get back there in Proverbs. This is Proverbs chapter 16. Verse 18, it says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So let's grab this word here, pride. It says exaltation, majesty, pride. Okay? It says arrogance. And that's why the scripture also says, I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Okay? This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil. We just talked about spiritual wickedness and high places, man. Principalities. That's violence. Okay? And violence towards Yahweh by Shemi Yahushai is evil, man. Going against these laws, statutes, and commandments, that's evil. This whole construct of Babylon, aka America, is evil, man. Because it's being ran by the damn devil. Okay? Isaiah 13 and 11, and I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And that's going to be in the form of thermonuclear ICBM missiles, man. That's going to be the judgment of Babylon, aka America. Okay? Pride goeth before destruction. All right? You sown wickedness, you're going to receive indignation of Yahweh by Shemi Yahushai. Okay? It says, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Okay, so all of these things in which you've done all throughout the earth, okay, in whatever form it may be, has been through pride. So you reap what you've sown, man. Okay, you've sown evil in the earth. Okay, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the power of good and evil. All right, so you're gonna receive that back. And bring out one more here real quick. This is Sirach chapter 10 verse 12. It says, the beginning of pride is when one departed from his Yahweh or power. Okay, the beginning of pride is when one departed from his power. And that's what Esau, the so-called white man, did, man. Okay, 2/3 of our people did. The rest of these other heathen nations, you know, they never were knew the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's why when Yahushua returns, okay, his name is going to be exalted. Okay, because right now his name is not exalted, man. You know, they try to put all these other false gods and false religions against, you know, Yahweh and Yahushua, man. That's verbal assault, man. Because through that is how our people have been lied to. Our people have fallen into religion, right, and customs and traditions that are not according to the Holy Scriptures, man. So it says the beginning of pride is when one departed from his power and his heart is turned away from his maker. And that's what Esau, the so-called white man, has done with Babylon, aka America. Okay, he's created a society and a thought process and a way in which is against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Or our scripture says he's put dark for light and light for dark, man. Okay, to where our people, they look at the things in which Esau is doing as the things that are righteous, when in actuality they're all the things of the wicked, man. And the reason why he's able to do that is because of Job 9:24. Okay, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So Esau's been put in the scopeo of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, and all of his works are seen. Okay, they're not hidden. And for all of the atrocities in which he has done, he's going to be destroyed. His land, this wicked society is going to be destroyed, and the elect will be delivered. Okay, so that was all I wanted to go into real quick. Lord will, it was edifying, and till the next time, shalom.